Megaman X! We're back! And we're continuing with the Sigma stage fortress stages. Whatever. And this in particular stage is going to be mostly boss rush with a series of platforming challenges in between, but, you know, just so heads up, there's going to be a lot of super fighting robots. Okay, with that all cleared up. I'm trying to remember who's next, honestly. Pickaxe guys and freaking bats. I could use that health if these bats would stop respawning. Give me that. Pity I can't just make this whole part of the video super fighting robots, but you know, like I say, there's platforming challenges in between. Very short platforming challenges, as you may notice, but platforming challenges nonetheless. Because one prolonged string of super fighting robots is just a lot cooler. Oh yeah, I know who's coming next. It's actually kind of obvious based on the fact that we're underwater. And there are these things all over the place. Good grief, come on. Give it up. Get the rolling shield. Actually, I could probably use the boomerang cut. You know what? I'm not even sure if the boomerang cutter is going to work here. But the boomerang cutter does have... If you hit Launch Octopus with the boomerang cutter enough times, I think about 3 times, yeah, he loses his arms. And then it just comes down to him doing nothing but launching torpedoes, which is actually kind of inconvenient, all things considered, because he just won't quit. But yeah, super fighting robots. Yeesh. Again, I can't... His pattern is just to keep fucking shooting, and I have to hit him, and every time his shots get in the way of those freaking rolling rocks, it's a nuisance. What even is that? Oh. Just a thing for some extra power-ups and extra life. I don't freaking care that much. Oh God, stop! 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 Not left the conveyor belt running the other way so that I would have an easier time with it. Oh God. I think that's pretty much it for the boss rush, which means yes, it's time for this son of a bitch, the D-Rex 1000 or something like that. I can't remember. I don't like this one. There's not much to it, all things considered. It's just hit the top section when you can, and don't be stupid about it. And then it does that, and I don't like it. There's a lot of things I don't like. Ow! And it hurts like a motherfucker! And since I'm out of its weakness, because I had to use a lot of its weakness on those things that I didn't really need to use them on, I'm gonna have to rely on the X-Buster! Ah, come on. No! Yeah. Come on, yeah. Will you leave me alone? Stop that! Oh my god, I have to go through another sub-tank. No, this thing might have some other weakness. I don't know. I don't care. If it ain't the boomerang cutter, I don't give a shit. If it ain't the main weakness of whatever enemy I'm going up against, I just cannot care enough. Alright. And with that in mind, I think I have beaten the last of the major stages. There's only one stage left, and it's not much of a stage. It's just an ascension prior to the final encounter. But since I am down 2 sub-tanks, there's going to be something that I'm going to have to do. Or, well, not have to do, but I choose to do, because it will make things vastly easier, and that is to do some grinding. Thankfully, I don't have to exit the stage and go somewhere else to do this, even though it would probably take marginally less time. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take a fully charged rolling shield, and there will be little caterpillar enemy things that pop out of these holes that will drop power-ups whenever you break them. And I'm just gonna hop on the wall here. Until my sub-tanks are filled up, so... Okay, that's a signal that they're all full. That wasn't too bad. So, before we get to the top, let me switch to weapon of choice for the first stage of this boss. And also let me get my vocal cords ready, because this is going to be a nightmare on my throat. I'm thinking... me.
Welcome. I see you managed to get here by yourself. Very impressive. I could destroy you, but I would not rob my pet of that pleasure. He knows how to deal with betrayers. Should you live, I'll be waiting for you. Don't disappoint me, X.
Yeah, that's me trying to do his X7 voice, and I just don't think I'm up to it. Last time I tried to do that, I got a very bad sore throat. Oh, that ended with me having the flu. Granted, I was probably going to have the flu in the first place. I probably caught it from somebody, I don't know. The point is, I was doing voices at the time, like that at the time, and it was just, ugh. I don't want to do that again. But I'm going to try, damn it.
Excellent job, X. I see why Zero counted on you. You are almost as good a hunter as I was. But the time of your destruction has arrived. You shall regret having ever defied me.
Ugh. Can we not? Oh, I hate this. I can't Hadouken him, so I'm gonna have to use his weakness, which is the spark thing, so... This is gonna be a bit boring, because it just involves me jumping up the wall until I can get a good shot at him. So, that in mind, he has a lightsaber. That's cool, I guess. I liked it better when Zero had his, but he's not going to get his for a game or two. Does he get it in the next game? I can't remember. I also think that since Sigma's the bad guy, he'd have like a red lightsaber or something. Although actually, to be perfectly honest, it's a beam saber, so who cares?
I have been defeated. No, not really. Yeah.
Oh, great. This phase of the boss, which, I can say it over and over again, is a lot easier in the PSP remake! This version is just so frickin' unpredictable, and he hits like a god truck! But his only weakness is the rolling cutter. The only weakness that I know of how to... the rolling shield, I mean. I say rolling cutter. This is Mega Man X, not classic Mega Man. Oh no. Don't burn me, don't burn me, don't burn me, don't burn me or shock me. Oh, you burned me! Okay. Use that. Hit him with a rolling shield. Timing is off. If this were the PSP version, I could hit him with a Hadouken and be done with this. But because I can't do a Hadouken, and this is not the PSP version, this is going to be unnecessarily difficult. Fuck me. No, not really. I don't want your. I don't want your pity sex, especially not from you, Sigma. Oh, for f***'s sake, stop that! Drop your claw. I'm sure there's also a way I could potentially exploit his patterns so that I could just keep standing on the claw until... Don't shock me! I didn't even get on top of it! Oh, for frick's sake. This is why you want 4 full sub-tanks. Oh, no. No, no! Ah. Oh, don't zap me, don't zap me, don't zap me, don't zap me. Ah, come on! Wait, what am I doing? What idiot programmed me? No, that doesn't work in this version of the game. Ah, no! God! It! All 4 sub-tanks and I still died!
One eternity later.
Why didn't I jump? Don't zap me, don't zap me, don't zap me! Don't zap me! Come on. You zap me and I will f***ing kill you! Ah! Ah! You asshole! It's the only way to escape from your frickin' blast if you make it a frickin' trap. Deep rolling shield. I dodged it. Damn it, come on! Ah, for f***'s sake! Ah! Ah! It's a lot easier to read in the PSP version. I want to be playing that version. I really, really, really do. 'Cause then I could Hadouken him! But no, because I'm playing this version, and I'm no good at doing the Hadouken in this version, and I don't have the Hadouken in this version, and even if I did, I don't think I can reach him. Ah! Although I do swear, at least once in my pitiful Ah! I jumped! And you did that! God! You! Keeping an eye on all the things at one time. It's just too much. God, Sigma! Oh, great, I'm gonna have to do his voice again. No.
No, it's not possible! I'm a Reploid! I can't be destroyed by you! Why, X? Why have you done this to us? Without the humans, my Reploid brothers could have ushered in a new age.
Oh god, I hope I don't have to do marathon these games back to back. Oh, I am going to, aren't I? Fuck! Although hopefully I'm not gonna have to voice Sigma that often. Or if I do, I'm gonna have to come up with a different voice form or something.
The war has ended for now, and peace has been restored. But those who sacrifice themselves for the victory will never return. Yeah, right. Exhausted, X gazes at the destruction he helped cause, and wonders why he chose to fight. Was there another way? Nope!
Why do you ever ask that stupid question? Pacifism is a non-option.
Standing on the cliff, the answers seem to escape him. He only knows that he'll fight the Mavericks again before he finds his answer.
Well, you're probably never gonna find your answer, X, because there's a whole lot more games to go. Like, even beyond the X series, you're gonna be fighting for a long time.
How long will he keep on fighting? Long God said. How long will his pain last?
Forever.
Maybe only the X-Buster on his hand knows for sure.
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows for sure except Capcom. Who knows, they'll probably make a Megaman X9, and if they ever get back to the ZX series, it would be nice to have something from that. Because I did like the direction the ZX games were going. But anyway, cast! On the highway stage, we had these things. And on the ocean stage, there were these guys with their weird names. And Tombot from the Snowy Mountain stage. Gunvolt! I need to get that game. Flamer. Rolling Gabule. Baton Bone. Meddling. Sign Faller. Okay. Ladder Yadder. That's a stupid name. Axe Max. Ugh. Boss Spider, Rangda Bangda, D-Rex, and Velguarder. Chill Penguin. Launch Octopus. Storm Eagle. Armored Armadillo. Flame Mammoth. Sting Chameleon. Spark Mandrill. Boomerang Kwanger. Boba Fett. Sigma. Zero. And you as Mega Man X. Well, of course, it wouldn't be a video game without me playing the main character, now would it? Alright, now for the actual staff credits. And at this point, I can pretty much summarize my thoughts on the original Mega Man X. I do still, you know, despite my constant complaints about how the PSP version is so much easier to get into, and I will ultimately always recommend any first-time Mega Man X player to, if you can, somehow play that version of the game, even though I know that's kind of a really difficult thing. It would have been nice if they'd included it with the new X collection, because that would have been something to entice me into actually getting that version of the game. Instead, the only thing they really included was the OVA stuff, and, you know, that's nice and whatnot, but I want the whole game in a way that I can play it, aside from on the PlayStation Portable, and I think a lot of people would appreciate that, because, you know, it's a version of Mega Man X that, you know, I keep saying that a lot of these things were a lot easier in that version of the game, which will make it a lot more accessible to a lot more players. Not that this game isn't accessible at all. This is still a really good game. Out of all the Mega Man X games, the very first one, would you believe it, is the best one, or one of the best ones. But I don't go back to replay it that often because I have the PSP version, the Maverick Hunter X version. Oh, come on.
You have won a temporary victory, X. What you destroyed was only a temporary body. My spirit remains intact. In time, I will find other bodies strong enough to do my bidding, and I will return. I shall see you very soon, X. Very soon indeed.
But I don't know what else to say about this other than, oh yeah, it doesn't go back to the title screen or anything. Oh well, that was Mega Man X. I like it. It's a game that I don't return to very often. I don't really have much personal call for going back to the Super Nintendo Mega Man X games, because by the time I got into the franchise, the PlayStation 2 was, well, not the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 1 was already a thing, and it had 3 of its own Mega Man X games to choose from, and I can definitely say that one of the games from that system is obviously going to be one of my favorites, as well as one of my most hated games of all time, in fact. But we'll get to that when we get to that, assuming I actually decide to go back to that. But before we get to any of those, we have to get to the two Mega Man X games that come between them. That being Mega Man X2 and Mega Man X3, both for the Super Nintendo. I would like to play the PlayStation version of Mega Man X3 for various reasons, but it's difficult for me to find a copy that I can get emulated. So I don't know about that. I mean, again, I could try using the collection version that I have, but because of the sprite tearing, it's going to look like crap, and I really don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to have to hunker down and do whatever I do somehow, but either way, the next couple of X games are the ones that I have the absolute least amount of experience with, so we'll get to those when we get to those, whenever we get to those. Probably very soon, knowing how short this game was, but anyway. Thank you absolutely everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this for some reason. Whether it was my terrible attempt at voice acting or my absolutely appalling non-Hadoken skills. As usual, I refer to the links in the description below that lead to both my Twitter and Ko-fi pages. And I end, as always, by saying RCFS and out.